Meet Priya. She is a veteran teacher, accustomed to navigating complex logic with 8th graders. But today, she is standing in a 2nd grade classroom where most of the students cannot yet spell the alphabet. The stakes here are high. The NIPUN Bharat mission mandates that these children read 45 to 60 words per minute by the 3rd grade. If they miss this window, they risk being marginalized in every subject that follows. The nationally compiled textbook provides a uniform curriculum, but when you look at these desks, you see a massive gap in literacy levels. A single standardized book cannot adapt to 30 children at 30 different stages of development. Priya needs learning materials that are concrete, activity-based, and tailored to her students' specific lives, but she simply does not have the time to manually write dozens of customized lesson plans every single night. When a rigid national curriculum meets the reality of a varied classroom, it often fails to connect. To reach these students, Priya needs a way to generate localized, on-demand materials that act as a bridge to the official standards. Priya opens her laptop to begin forging a specialized pedagogical tool. By engineering a precise prompt, she turns the AI into a customized teaching assistant. First, she inputs keywords from early childhood education literature, overwriting the default adult logic. Next, assigning a strict persona forces the system to calculate for short attention spans and visual recognition before generating content. Without this persona shift, the AI defaults to language that is far too complex. For a struggling 7-year-old, even a simple story from a standard AI is often unreadable. Successful AI generation doesn't begin with the task itself. It begins by strictly bounding the system's identity and its foundational knowledge. Young children have a very low cognitive load limit. To keep them from shutting down, Priya has to mathematically constrain the AI's sentence length. She sets a hard limit. Sentences must not exceed 5 to 7 words. If she doesn't provide a specific number, the AI might generate 15-word definitions of what it considers short. Then she adds localized visual anchoring. She demands the integration of familiar elements from an Indian child's daily environment, like this traditional market, so the story feels relevant. By listing nouns like auto-rickshaw and banyan tree, she locks the AI into a cultural database her students will recognize. For the math integration, she bans abstract vertical equations. The prompt focuses instead on number sense, the foundational understanding of quantity. Explicitly telling the AI what it is not allowed to do is the key to preventing generic, unusable educational outputs. Finally, Priya standardizes the format. She requests a micro-story of 80 words or less, with difficult vocabulary flagged so she can pre-teach those words before the lesson. She structures comprehension questions in 3 layers: basic information retrieval, logical inference, and connecting the story to the child's life. To complete the package, she integrates interactive math games using objects established in the story. The AI generates the result instantly: Raju the monkey's market treasure hunt. It follows every constraint, from sentence length to local context. By treating prompt engineering as an architectural blueprint, educators can produce localized, lesson-specific materials that are far more effective than a generic handout. Back in the classroom, the shift is obvious. Because the sentences are under 7 words, the 2nd graders read about Raju the monkey without frustration. Because the setting is a market they recognize, the students aren't afraid to speak. Even the shyest children begin answering the life connection questions. The lesson then moves to math. Instead of numbers on a board, the students use small pebbles to represent the mangoes from Raju's story. By physically moving these objects, the children naturally grasp grouping and addition for numbers up to 20. They are building a conceptual foundation, not just memorizing a process. When materials match a student's cognitive stage and cultural context, the confusion of the textbook is replaced by actual engagement. While rigid policies often struggle in diverse classrooms, precise AI constraints allow teachers to generate the specific micro-learning materials their students need to succeed. But as the students pack up, the principal arrives with a new, much more difficult mandate. Starting tomorrow, Priya must integrate ancient history into her 8th grade physics lesson on friction. Can a teacher use AI to merge ancient history with modern formulas? Subscribe and hit the bell icon to see if Priya can solve this cross-disciplinary puzzle in our next episode. Summarizing what we've seen,
Localized context and strict word counts are the keys to foundational literacy. Please like and subscribe to see more.